Kalsar using the high base power he has to just immediately KO Smag. So very well played to them in that first point.
Yeah, this is the scaling thing that you mentioned before. Estelle era. Well, those
Yes.
later sets are gonna be really scary, and as we all know, Set 5X is basically the best character in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Once this X gets all the things he would want, more power, more damage, more health, it just becomes such a nightmare to deal with, especially when you're on the back foot. So if KDP2Ds can outscale this X and prevent him from getting what he wants, they have a pretty easy game on their hands.
Yeah. Oh, flip comes out from Kyle, securing the second barrier. Torn looking really low here. Quite a bit of second evade, but a lot of shenanigans are happening on that top side. Straight is passing up the cows, securing the second point. And it seems like QDP2s can't really getting started. They haven't seen like the 1-2 combo from Yunaka Smags. Yunaka is still is level 1, basically hitting level 2 right now. They really want to get set up on that bottom side, and they are losing the Maelstrom board. And now Storm pushing up with the flip, but gets reversaled by Yunaka. Great heads up play there. The double flip coming up from Stratus and Storm. Well, not let this power play bear any fruit. Oh, it does take one barrier though. Yunaka dribbling up, trying to pass the Smags here. Cows does get the res up. Not the core control here, but trying to go for the hero play with the dash punch. And now we're back to neutral here.
Yeah, really well played from QDP2Ds, using their incredible stuffing power with the Ami and the Asher, just making sure that the side of Pantheon cannot get that ball out whatsoever, no matter what they try to do. Using turret, using path splitter, all these different abilities that just lock the core in to just make it incredibly hard for this like pretty low range character era to get it out.
The era is the enabler here. The speed, the power. Yunaka's at death's door right now, and they can secure a kill. Not deciding to use the flip there. Power play here for Pantheon. Storm pushing up with Strangers. Kalsket hits them by the dubu roll. Clear out the Smags here. Trying to play a bit slow, but the core flip is forced out from Storm. And the Maelstrom is taken by Cows actually. Now he's lurking, trying to put all the pressure on with X Maximus with the piercing shot. Look at this big X trying to put all the pressure down on QDP2Ds.
Yeah, very scary situation where QDP2Ds is just backed into a corner constantly. Oh my god, what a piercing shot from Stranger to put that in for a swift 3-0. If I'm QDP2Ds, I need to find a way to get out of these scary corner situations that Pantheon is just putting us in, because we're just getting pelted and pelted. Bell Ringer, piercing shot, crystal thorns, all these different abilities are coming out to keep that locked in, and they're not finding the opportunities they need to get that out in order to put them in the game still.
This X 1-2 prize fighter. Those are the pick of the litter. They do take the prize fight indeed, and leading Asher with the 1-2. As the draft finishes out, the IME is sadly last pick. Left the glass cannon, but the big pickup I would say is triple damage awakenings for Pantheon. This corner offense style play that they're trying to do, they're gonna just put all the pressure on the QB2Ds and not let them get anything started.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty much everyone in that draft getting what they wanted. Dubu also getting CTL. Wow, that's immediately putting it to use and getting a kill there. But like you're saying, like triple damage awakenings for Pantheon is very scary. So they're gonna have to find a way to play around all the damage that's gonna come at them.
Oh, the cheeky piercing shot there from Stratus to kiss the second barrier here. Goes back past the Storm. Like he could contain, but unfortunately the glitch pop does take that first barrier. Storm pushing up with Yunaka, but Yunaka's getting pelted right now. Does have to pop the elusive. Trying to use the airship to fight back, but Cal says none of that. And the piercing shot, but the prime time still Stratus securing that first point for Pantheon.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing as well is that, like you said, the piercing shot has been a time and time again finding these goals onto QDP2D. So what I want to see out of Yunaka here, not Yunaka, out of Torn here, trying to find these evade clears around the piercing shot so that he doesn't get caught up in those like incredibly crucial moments where one move will just decide everything.
Yeah, but this offense here is looking scary here for QDP2D's. The turret comes out from Smags, trying to keep the core contained. Trying to use the bumpers to the advantage. Kyle's pushing up with the bell ringer, but the ball slips back to Yunaka, and they secure the goal. They get that one interaction they were looking for, and now it's even up.
Yeah, incredible usage of their abilities there. Crossing up both with the dash and the actually both dashes from both players completely scoring a checkmate there against Pantheon.
Yeah, I mean, Chaos finished up the kill there on the Smags. Triple core flip here for Pantheon. Trying to utilize this power play. Does go for the double barrier, actually. Playing with a lot of confidence here. Storm pushing up Restrainers with the passing plays. But Yunaka does find the reversal. Then the ball slips through to the first barrier. Yunaka does get pelted with the Maelstrom. Does get killed, actually, too. With the double core flip still here. Storm trying to find a miracle play. Keeping control, but the flip is voiced out from Smags. Dribbling up. Trying to go for the hero play. And gets through the roll. Storm 1v9 go.
Wow, Storm pushing up for that hero play there. Just completely out dribbling against Smags and Tor and just completely putting it in the position you want to. Getting in there and flipping it through. That is situations you need to be careful for, especially where you're on a man down.
Like, the Pantheon playstyle is really heavily enforced in playing in this corner and just layering all the abilities to put all the damage on. And not many, these teams, no one really plays damage. Not really. They play core control because that's like the number one way to go. But as I say, that Yunaka finds a dash punch and secures the power play here for Cutie Patooties. As I told you before, what do you think about the Pantheon playstyle?
Yeah, I really, really like what Pantheon is going for.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Wow, well done, Cows. Like I'm saying, I really like what Pantheon is going for. Playing for this heavy corner offense with all these damage stacking that they're doing is putting so much pressure on this on this dubu. Who for Aimee, who's a longer range character, needs that way. Actually, no, she's a very short range character. But getting choked out in that corner is so scary, especially when you're drying up all your resources. Trying to defend out the X, the Estelle, all these different like hitboxes coming out to try and keep trying to damage you through. It is very scary if you are Cutie Patooties.
And as you see, bulk up spec training, twin drive fall for Pantheon. 2 out of 3 awakenings are damage, and the twin drive will just allow them to move around this slow Aimee. And now, going into this third set, it's looking pretty dire for Cutie Patooties. They need to find something to make some magic happen, as the first barrier does fall in this goo style play. They're playing on this top corner, and then, I mean, every single time Chaos has pressed X Maximus, they've taken both barriers, and that's not what you want to see as Cutie Patooties.
Yeah, absolutely not. You want to be careful with this X when he's pushed up against your face, because he will be pressing all his cooldowns to just completely box you out and damage you at the same time. So we need to find a way to prevent the X from getting there in the first place. But as I'm saying that, Strages with another piercing shot, you got to be careful for those.
And then that really, I have not seen an instance where Asher Aimee was set up in the corner, not even once this game. And when the error is just letting Strangers and Cows just push up with all the speed in the one get set up. And once they get set up, it's really hard for Cutie Patooties to get anything done. And they're really insistent on focusing on a person to kill.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It seems
like
for
and they got shot.
That guy just keeps getting shot. Yeah, Pantheon. What Pantheon was looking for, the game plan for them does not start until there is a man down. They're looking for this man advantage to try and completely absolutely overwhelm Cutie Patooties, as we just saw there. They're not even going for an offense until somebody was down. This is stuff you need to be careful for, and as your backs are against the wall.
They choose a person to shoot, and Yunaka is the main target, and they're not really using abilities or movement or their elusive to evade anything, because it is a primetime start, and primetime start means more cooldowns, and more cooldowns mean more damage. And as Smags gets taken out there, Pantheon is just taking over this game.
Absolutely. The both Yunaka and Smags are subject to this damage. It's very, very hard when you're on the back foot, especially because now you have an X, you have an Estelle. They're pushed up in your face, and it makes it very hard to try and get anything done, especially when you're constantly at a man down.
So the X Maximus does not get the kill, but Max still lives with the smallest health bar in the world, and Stratus does find the kill there. Passing up the Cows, misses the angle though. But the corner offense is set up again on the bumper. They find the angle, and now Torn is at no HP. Yunaka, just a slow Asher trying to cover any of the passes, has the hard commit, does get the 50-50 read, but the Maelstrom does not securely go back pass to the bumper. Cows winning the strike war. Yunaka with the 1v1 interaction here, does not get the win that they needed. Trying to pass the Cows. Cows going for the hero shot, but no dice on that opportunity.
Yeah, Yunaka trying to find the KO.
Oh my gosh, what just happened?
Failing as well. It had had they found the KO on the Xeno to try and cull the power that he has, they would have found themselves sitting pretty and potentially working away to the comeback. But as we were seeing, that X was red coring it over time and making it very hard to try and keep the core out.
Yeah, on paper, the Imi Asher is a really strong like comp, but they didn't really focus on like doing damage. And Pantheon's like, okay, we're gonna shoot the Asher. We're not gonna let her play the game, and they didn't. Well, they did, and the Asher didn't get to play the game. And as we move on to the stat line, look, this is such a short game, 11 minutes, but so much present. 3 goals from Storm, 2 goals from Straight, no, 2 goals from Cows, and 4 goals from Straight as well from the piercing shot. There's so much pressure being put on. 1-4-4 for KOs. That was hard. That was hard to watch if you're a Cutie Patooties fan.
That was an absolute slaughter. If you are a fan of the QB Tooties, as we go into the next game as well, we need to be careful for and see what Pantheon's going to pick next. Are they going to pick more damage depending on the start? Are they going to play a more slow, methodical game with core control? There's so many variables they have to worry about as well. But I think what they can do as well right now, take a deep breath, recuperate. They're not out of this. They're not out of this week yet. They haven't lost yet, so they need to try and take a break, see what they can do, see what can come up, and play it out for the next game.
Because when Yunaka had those 1v1 interactions, they had it, but then Era just beams them and they can't play the game. They're too small. They can't really move. They lose all their power. And then the one opportunity they needed, they didn't get. And then Cal Straight just push up on the top corner, doing corner offense, putting like 15 million abilities, and they can't play the game.
Yeah, it's definitely really hard, especially because they wanted to be in the corner, just like Pantheon's comp did, but they just could not get the ball rolling because of that Era constantly beaming the Asher, the Imi, making them small, and also culling their power as well, so they can't play through their small damage win con as well. Very hard game for Cutie Patooties, but hey, it's 1-0 for a reason. We can see a different game next game, so just how that pans out.
The next map is Atlas Lab. It is Cutie Patooties' pick, and this is another damage map with the black hole. Judging from how they were playing, they're gonna play damage again on the side of Pantheon because, like, why not? I mean, it showed success in the first round, and we can see the high prio picks: Imi, Asher, Imi, Estelle, Vice. All those like the midfielder picks. They tried to taking the first pick, Imi, away from Strages because he is notoriously known as an Imi one trick. But as it's proven wrong with the Estelle here on the CTC gameplay. But I would like to see Cutie Patooties really think deep about their drafting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, comfort. Sometimes they say comfort is king. Sometimes they say that picking to win is also really good as well. But if you can pick comfort and pick the win, you'll be in such a great position as well. Playing what you know, playing what's good as well. Both phenomenal game plans. I would like to. I do agree as well. I would like to see how Cutie Patooties goes into this next draft. See what they pick depending on the next start. Potentially themselves leading into a next damage start. But I mean, as we're loading in here, it looks like it's going to be Inner Focus Omega Infused Accelerator. Oh my god!
Oh no! If you're Cutie Patooties, you do not want to see that start. Inner Focus start is very dangerous, and because Cutie's is blue side here, there were so many problems, like problem characters you have to look out for with your first pick. Like X was disturbing the last game. But then you let like 15 other picks away. Like as blue side, I personally think blue side is like really not that strong compared to red side because like you can like ban pick, but then you can just double pick as red side, and then now you just have 2 characters that will counteract the ban and the first pick, and now you have to draft around all that.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely can attest to this as well. I believe red side is the stronger pick in scenarios like this because even if they won 2 your picks, you have such a strong counter pick into something they pick. Like for example, they first pick Brawler, like God forbid pick X first. You can counter pick 2 very strong picks into X, and now that X is going to have a hell of a match ahead of him, going into that round. Very notoriously, let's say for example, it's heavy impact start. For example, they ban out your midfield, like right here, ban out the Vice, and then they pick something else that's strong. Then you first pick X into this game. That's gonna be very scary because now they can pick in Imi, they can pick in Estelle, any of these characters who just kind of like pick down your X from a range, that's going to be really hard, especially if you're the X, because now you just don't get to play the game at all, and that sucks. That sucks a lot.
I'm guessing first pick here for Cutie has to be X, but it's actually Amy again. So and then okay, no, they're just gonna pick X Estelle again, and on an inner focus start. And if we've seen what happened last game, that is not good. Yeah, X will do it. Oh, who would have thought? Who would have thought? It's like I play on this team too. Like this drafting is so easy. This drafting.
Some things never change.
This drafting thing is so easy, man. So easy. And now that you Cutie, I'm wondering like, okay, so this is probably Smags on the IME. What do you think are gonna be the second two picks here for Cutie?
Well, they didn't ban out Torrens at Atlas here. Whoa, and now? Oh, this is definitely now goalie. This has to be now goalie.
Yeah, it's not goalie. It's not goalie.
This is interesting because I think if one size training on this now can just completely shut down the X.
Yeah, if Torren plays like the Go Obscure Breads and just not let cows play the game, like push up and take those early strike interactions, it's gonna be really hard for cows to do anything. But the way that Pantheon plays, they play together, like they play with the forward duo on the corner offense. So even if Torren does push up with the win the strike ward, Smags has to rotate behind the goalie position because Stranger is going to be there as well. So you have to rotate really well and just figure out what's going to happen. As the area does get locked in for Storm, just mirroring the comp that was played just last game. And now we're going to boot up. And I still prefer the X. Obviously, X is best rally in the game. So I would prefer Pantheon's comp here.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the same thing as last game, Pantheon's going to have a breeze against this backline. But, I mean, who knows? Because maybe the now will make a change. Maybe the Juliet will make a change. We'll just have to see how that's going to pan out. It's an focus start. That means more abilities are coming out. You know, as we load in as well, I'm really interested to see how Torren and Smash are going to play these defenses, because now can wall out. It's now she can do that pretty well, but how this Imus can interact with it now and how she's going to play with her, it's going to be very interesting to watch.
It's going to be up to Smags here. Smags is the key player to help Torren out and help Yunaka do anything. Because Yunaka, as what I've seen before, they're a 1v1 style brawler where they try to like secure their interaction in one time. But Storm is very good at shutting down that type of play style. Because since Storm's the type of goalie that will win those interactions like 8 out of 10 times. And it's up to Smags to help Yunaka on the offense and Torren on the defense. So a lot of expectations coming up for Cutie Patooties.
Yeah, definitely a lot of expectations stacked up for them. But I mean, as we're getting into that as well, I really already like what they're trying to go for. These quick, fast offenses to make sure that Pantheon doesn't really get the chance to play it out, and that's kind of might be what they're going to be looking for here. Trying to make sure that they don't even have a chance to get the ball rolling and prevent them from being able to even like be in their faces. But oh my.
Smags is looking a bit lost here on the defense side. And the downtown NATO comes up, killing Torren. Oh, the Dashman does not kill Cows. Power play here for Pantheon. Pushing up with the flip. Storm has a flip. Clouds almost has the flip. Trying to lock down this corner offense. Like we said before, flip is indeed happening. Trying to time it between the flamethrower, but there's no dice on the opportunity.
Yeah, really well played from Yunaka there, holding their strikes perfectly against X to stop it from going in.
Oh, nice pass.
That was a really nice pass as well. But at times like those, like you have to be so patient when they're flipping your face, because if you guess wrong, if you misjudge the timing, then that's a free goal for the NBA team. It's also hard as well. But I think the usage of the ult made it very good for Yunaka in that situation.
Yeah, it's like I said before, Yunaka can win these like 1v1 interactions that they given like 5 chances, but it's all up to the backline of Cutie Patooties to really help them secure these interactions, secure these 1v1 opportunities. Yunaka does find the reversal with the dash punch. Trying to boot up here, trying to damage Cows. Smags is low as well. 2 players on the field looking really low here with Stagger.
Yeah, it looks like Smags and Cal's respectively both on punching tag, a bunch of punching bags for each team. Gonna be very and like it's gonna be hard, right? Because I think, like you said, Yunaka's gonna be looking for these 1v1 scenarios, which he's so good at getting right there. Look at that. But as well, like Smags is taking so much damage in these like midfield interactions. It puts cuties on such a back foot as well, making points like that very tough.
Yeah, Atreides with his classic insta strike that somehow still works at this level, but we're not gonna talk about that. Pantheon is doing very, very well at securing these kills and cows, and Trey is doing his job as the midfielder, trying to get everything done, just giving cows the corner opportunities. And Storm, they're just rotating on the back lane, but Storm pushing up, not rotating with his midfielder, but no dice, an opportunity for cutie patooties.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a very, very long game
Oh
for Smags here with how many times they're getting killed by cows. Gonna be looking forward to see how they adapt to the damage and pressure that's coming out from that axe. Maybe Torn playing a little more aggressive, blinking up there with the ult to try and give them an advantage. Whoa, where is that flip going? We're gonna be watching where we send those.
Yeah, you're not gonna. It's not sitting at the edge. Kyle just hunting him down like a shark, fishing for the kill there. Hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, wow! Cows is out.
Wow.
For
This cow's guy's playing like a beast right now. I have to say, he's like 1v1.
Such a beast.
Oh my gosh, they're all dead. They're all dead. Someone send an ambulance.
Big Soul, I'm at a loss for words right now for this game. Oh my god, what a dominant 3-0 for the first set. This is something you want to be scared of now because, wow, as we're getting into this draft here, X has 1-2 punch. He has Demolitionist. He has extra special. All these crazy awakenings that are so good for him. You need to be so careful as he locks in this 1-2 punch because now you're facing so much more damage. This is very scary for Cutie Patooties. Oh,
interesting draft here from Pantheon. I thought the Stell would take Hotshot and then the Arrow would take Primetime. But it does... They do take the Primetime on the Estelle and the Twin Drive on the Arrow, and the Imi is left the Explosive Entrance. But the X here has 1-2 punch inner focus. This guy's gonna keep punching people and keep stacking all on that damage.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think Cal's here just made out like a bandit with this draft. But also, let's not forget that everybody got something they wanted, right?
Yeah.
Now got that extra special. Yunaka got that size that they want. Twin Drive in the Era, Primetime on the Estelle. Tons of things that everybody just wants, but I think Pantheon kind of just ran away with that draft in terms of their game plan. And oh my word, Chaos is playing like a beast.
I'm really liking the rotates from Storm and Shaders because whenever they figure out, sometimes they would both push up at the same time, someone wouldn't fall back. But in this game, they figured out, okay, one of us we're gonna communicate. Okay, I'm gonna rotate up as a goalie, and then Shaders, you're gonna fall back and cover the out. And they're just working as a team together so well. They're playing the defense really, really superbly, but the first barrier does fall for QPD. But the reversal coming out from Pantheon, the piercing shot that secured the second point here, as the level count on the side of QP2 is vastly lower than the one on Pantheon.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It was actually Smags' glitch pop that sent that core awry back into the defensive side for QP2. Gotta be careful when you're using your abilities on defense because one wrong angle can spell disaster for you.
The double flip here coming up for Shades and Storm. I'm gonna rotate around everyone, but the Maelstrom does secure the corner off and starting. First barrier gets taken by Chaos. Trying to look for this kill. Yunaka trying to go for the hero dash punch, just not secure it. Chaos coming in with the flip, rotating up the Straighters with the flip. Triple flip coming out. The first one is used. Chaos takes the second one, and then they take the second set. There was so much pressure coming up, and now it's as your Cutie Patooties right now. It is a really bad situation, but you gotta figure out like what can we do to stop this ever so scaling X.
I definitely agree. Cutie Patooties is on one hell of a bad foot right now, probably both mentally and like draft wise. This X picking up that peak performance now, making him even faster. But look, Manyu now. This might be what turns the tide picked up because now she's able to ward off from so much further with that secondary, and all those creations are going to hit so much harder. So we're gonna have to see if this is what can be the trickle to bring it back for QB2Ds, or if Pantheon is just gonna keep steamrolling them like they have been.
I'm really scared about this Inaka Super Surge pick because like that
Oh,
they found the
the,
downtown dash punch Shaolin kick, and Traders really made an interesting draft decision taking the missile prop when the other awakenings were not very good for Juliet. The last one was Orb Dancer, but that's like fine. You could take Super Surge for the damage, and the way you're playing against the Juliet, you just focus for kills.
yeah, I
Oh
definitely
my
agree.
gosh!
I really liked the offense there from Cutie Patooties. They were
Oh,
playing
1v1.
oh my god! Smags and Yunaka, Smags and Torrent were playing so well with each other on that offense, holding all that pressure to get the barrier. But they overcommitted a bit too hard, and that's what's scary as well when you push up because with this high mobility comp,
Oh.
you have to be careful when you over rotate because then both your barriers can drop. But it doesn't look like it even matters.
Yeah, you're not gonna finding these hero dash punches, and this is what you don't want to see this from Pantheon. You're not with the 1v1. With the shimmy, with the punch, just securing the hit stun, and yes, you're not gonna mog strangers in the net. First point, going to Cutie Patooties.
Like all it takes is sometimes the simplistic play to put it in, and that could be all you need to reset your mental and put you in a very good position. But I mean, Yanaka's taking a lot of damage here, so it's gonna be so the damage stacking that Pantheon is doing is going to still come out and play, and we're gonna have to see how they take care of it. But Yanaka has plans of their own. Oh my god!
And Yanaka has found they're 3 for 3 on these dash punches, and I'm wondering if you're Pantheon, am I really regretting this Super Surge pick? Because we're not respecting Yanaka's Juliet here.
Yeah, I definitely think we're rethinking our choices here because Yunaka just looks so unlocked on this Super Surge pick. Pick the Shaolin Monk, getting all these kills that they
Oh,
weren't
we just killed our midfielder.
Previously.
Wait,
and
it's
now
okay.
you're looking scared because now, if I'm Pantheon, I'm scared because now we're 0-2 in what should be that's like that point or match point rather and series point. So this is very scary.
Yeah, no respect. They're not putting respect in Yanaka's name. Yeah, put some. Smags getting the cyber swipe kill. Power play here for Cutie Patootie. Strange is looking really low on the HP bar. Trying to figure out with the sentry turret. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Yes.
Pushing up on the top, the top side. Firewall sentry. Yes, thank you. I was looking to rotate here. The goalie Tora and I was trying to do something. Yanaka punches Storm for pushing up too far with the wiggles again. Trying to mix them. Oh, they almost get it. But one more opportunity here coming up for Cutie Patootie, but the clear comes out. Cal's pushing up, trying to get the ball up the straight, just trying to set this corner offense that gets the first barrier. No, the second barrier. What am I saying? We're trying to get this win. Yanaka with the 1v1 dribble, trying to go for the flick.
Oh my god, Yunaka is looking like an absolute beast right now, using this dash range to Juliet to find opportunities previously unfound. They have looking so much more confident, so much more poised as they're, back to the corner taking so much damage. Oh my god,
No.
Oh,
No, they were playing so well on that bottom side, and then they popped the black hole.
It's looking like disaster for that point, but sometimes even stuff like that will not phase them because I think Cutie Patootie is looking so strong right now, even if stuff like that's happening.
Yanaka has decided they're not trying to lose this game, and Torian is locking down Chaos now. They're winning their interactions in the goal line, and they're playing more confidently. Torian is pushing up just like Storm is on those offensive sequences where we're figuring out that we're trying to push through this. Oh my gosh, that Maelstrom just secures the kill, but they're trying to play more confidently. That's what you want to see from Cutie Patooties.
Absolutely. Cutie Patooties is just looks so much more confident, like we've been saying, finding all these ways to get in there and just completely overwhelm Storm on situations that he normally wasn't even losing on this Era character. But now with the man down situation, we're seeing a familiar game as Pantheon is just still holding that offense so well against Cutie Patooties. And oh my god, he's down. Yanaka's down too. This is scary.
Wait, hold it down. Wait, no, Cal's with a great strike where though. Trying to pass up the straightest. Piercing shot does hit, but the bubble does head to the red core. Trace with hit does get the punish though with the cyber swipe. Yanaka does get the respawn, but the rose swipe and the flip secures the second point. 2-2 even set. It could go either way.
Oh my god, so much was happening that entire point. These kills were so scary too. Like we're seeing I'm at a loss of words, Pixel. I'll be honest. So much is happening.
Cal's character. Cal's has 1 HP. They can't. Oh, they do not deny the orb though. does not get the finishing touches on the kill. Kaz now is back at. He's playing goalie now. Storm and Stratus are pushing out as the force, and the rotates do in fact happen. Trying to finish the job on this bottom side. Yuchu is trying to make something happen. The dash does get punished by Kaz. Great awareness. That was the best reversal you could ask for, but the piercing shot secures the second barrier. The ball is trying to secure the hit stun. Storm pushing up. The monumentalist. Mine. It's a mine. The mine secures the out from Cows, from Torn. The Rose Warp Crystal Swords does secure nothing, but you're not gonna. Storm, push up with the flip!
Oh my god!
Wait, QDPs do not want to lose this game.
No, QDP do not want to lose this game whatsoever.
Oh my god!
Torn is absolutely locking it down. And one thing I wanted to know earlier is that Yunaka has to be careful when they're going for these dashes, because now they have the download on what they want to go for.
No.
Sometimes it doesn't even matter. Sometimes things like that don't even matter. Sometimes thoughts just don't even matter anymore, because Cal says, I'm not even gonna let you guys take a set on us. We're gonna close it out 3-0, 2-0, win our series. That was an insane game.
But that last interaction with Yunaka and Cows, the Shaolin kick on the edge of the map to avoid the X Maxers. That was a scary game. If you keep it, you were locking in on the later sets. It's just unfortunate that it took this long to get the party started. Or Pantheon, they kept cool, calm, and collected. They stopped dying to the Juliet dash punches, and Cal started scaling out of his mind.
That was such a scary game if you were Cutie Patooties. That X was just holding so much mental power over Torn, over Smags, over Yunaka, over the entire team, with how much he was just picking them off. Seeing how we have 7 kills respectively, 4 cows, 2 for Storm, 2 for Strages. That's 11 kills across the board to Cutie Patooties 5. They were finding so many opportunities to get these kills and put them in a man down scenario, which is not what you want to have happen. But well played, Cutie Patooties. That last set was magical. That last set was looking magical.
If only there were 4 sets in Omega Strikers. QPT had one in the bag. They were going to make the reverse 4-0. But Pantheon moves to 4-1. QPT does fall to 2-3. Really good looking for Pantheon. They're looking to secure winner sides and playoffs are nasty. And QPT have to settle for another week and look to see how we can adjust in the later weeks, in the upcoming weeks.
Definitely. And like it was like you said, Pantheon now is sitting 4-1, QB Tooties 2-3. Very excited to see what these teams are, who these teams will be going against next week. Actually, I can pull up right now. Let me check. I believe NAST front end. They will be going against next week. Quest, yes, Quest Esports they were going against. And I believe Pantheon is going against... it's so hard navigating this thing sometimes. But hey, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anymore. Because Pantheon, I can spot on this issue, okay? Thank you, production, for catching me up on things I'm missing. But regardless, one thing we're not missing is more Mega Strikers, which will be coming up soon. I believe we have another match coming up after this, and it will be, I'll actually find it this time.
It's Doom versus Frick. That's a heater of the last match.
MF Doom versus freaking esports. Stay tuned, guys, because this will most certainly be one hell of a match.